Okay, friends, so I am here, even though you cannot see me very well. It is morning when we're filming this, and we're in a little bit of dark. But we're still going to do all the usual suspects as far as finding a seated position or a kneeling position, whatever suits your body best this morning. Right? And you can close the eyes or you can open them, whatever your preference is. We're going to go through a couple of those movements, especially, I don't know, I actually need to ask you, my friends who are live with me, if this is enjoyable to you or not. But what I find that I like to just move through the quick motions of the spine, and it helps me sit a little stiller first thing in the morning after getting up. I'm getting a thumbs up, I see. So let's go ahead and move through those motions. They're not very fancy, right? You can have your hands on your thighs. I would say palms down for cat cow, just so you have something to grip in case you need it. And then just start to move through cat cow. That's the rocking of the pelvis. And you can let it stem from there today. And what I mean by that is really just roll on your buttocks bones and let that be the initiator, right? And then once you get to the edge, either in your tilt or your tuck, you can add the rest of the spine into that. But you'll notice the spine kind of follows the movement of the pelvis. And maybe about one more of those wherever you're working from. And then come to the center, try to find the middle of the buttocks bones, and then we'll move right to left in our lateral stretch. So you can bring your right fingertips down or not, you can reach the left arm over or not, but you're just going to go ahead and you'll move to the lateral, to the sides, and just stretch that spine out. And your hands could stay on your lap the whole time for this, and you could just kind of, let your shoulders slide to the right, back through center, and to the left. So you get to choose how you want to work with your spine this morning. You get to choose that every morning, but and finish the one that you're working on and come back through center. So finding the middle of the buttocks bones, that's from the first exercise we did, and then finding the side length on both the right and left sides. And now we'll move that into a twist. So again, you can leave your hands on your lap and you can simply twist to the right, back through center and to the left. And if you enjoy bringing the hands to the outside of the way you're twisting to the legs or the ground, etc., you can add those arms and make the twist just a little bit bigger. And just move through that, fairly fluidly, gently, just unwinding the spine. And then coming back to your center. And from there, we're looking for the buttocks bones rooting down, the side waist long. And after that twist, just hopefully feeling like you've got some energy flowing out through all of the vertebrae. And if you want to do one final one of just any little movements, I like to do rib circles. And although you can't see my body, it's where you let the ribs move forward and then to the right, back behind you to the left, or just any kind of little animalistic movement that might find any extra little pieces, nooks and crannies, especially in the torso, to open you up. And then come on back to the center. Find everything we've talked about thus far. Right, without being rigid. I have to remind myself of that every day. You might not have that problem. And once you find that position, we are ready to start the meditation portion. A lot of the meditations that we've been doing, you may or may not have noticed, is playing with our point of concentration. At least that's an element of it, right? Bringing the mind to the breath or sensations. Sometimes it's a guided visual, imagery, or bringing your awareness to a particular spot in your body. So for today's meditation, we're going to start by doing Run Your Energy, which we've done before, but I will obviously talk it through with you. So I want you to bring your awareness first down into your legs, your feet, and the buttocks bones, basically the things that are facing down and possibly in contact with the earth. And feel that rooting down quality. And even if you're not right on top of the earth, we can still imagine that that earth is quite powerful, right? And Mama Gaia is sending energy up into you through your roots, and you are sending energy down into her. And then just in front of the buttocks bones is the perineum, and that's between the anus and your sexual organs, or right, your urethra, sorry. And so that place, the perineum, is where I would like you to bring your awareness. And it is your body. If it ever helps you to touch that area just so you have an imprint, please do. We do it so readily when it's the belly and the heart and the other, and for some reason we're scared of this area down low. And sometimes there's very good reasons for it, of course, but being in touch with that perineum. And from that perineum, imagine that there is an energy channel that can be light, right? That can be a cord, that can be whatever it is for you that works. But imagine that you have I'm going to say a cord, but you could be working with what you'd like. But imagine you have a cord from your perineum that moves down into the earth, and let it plug in down there. And it can plug into an outlet. And then turn the toggle switch on. When you turn the toggle switch on, it's going to take all of the energy that you currently have, your old energy, I'm going to call it, and it's going to start to drain the old energy out of your body. Don't worry, you'll get brand new energy. Right? So just let that old energy, old thoughts, old patterns, old beliefs, let that old energy drain out of your body, down through that cord into the earth. And then when you feel like all of that old energy has moved out of your body and down into the earth, you can turn that toggle switch the other way. And now we're going to fill up. Now there's brand new energy. So that old energy, Mama Earth makes that into a really beautiful hummus with brand new, beautiful energy, right? So now we're going to take some of that brand new energy up through the cord into our perineum. Let it fill through your legs all the way down to your feet and your toes. And moving up into the pelvis to the height of the tailbone-ish. And just feel that energy. And now bring your awareness to the crown of your head. This I'd say middle of the top of your skull, but in actuality it's probably back just a little bit further towards the back of the head. And that is your top entrance point for the cosmic energy to come down. So now imagine that cosmic energy coming down from above, and it comes through your crown chakra, the top of your head. It comes down the back side of your spinal column. So go ahead and follow it down to the tailbone. And at the tailbone, it meets up with that earth energy. Right? And so then we let the two of those energies mix together down there by the tailbone, and then we bring that energy up and we fill the rest of our body with that mixed energy. It comes up the front of the spine, out into our abdomen, our ribs, our chest, shoulders, all the way down through the arms to the fingers, up through the neck and throat, all the way until it fills the rest of our head. So I'm going to repeat that again, and then we'll add on. So we've got this beautiful energy that's coming up through the cord, all the way up into our feet, our legs, our toes, up to the tailbone. And then we have this cosmic energy coming down from above through the crown of our head, coming down the back side of our spinal column. The two of the energies mix at the tailbone, and then they come up the front of the body, front of the spine, and they fill the rest of our body out. And then the next step, next add-on, is that that energy even comes back out through the top of our head like a fountain and starts to fill up our aura, is what we call it in yoga. If those kind of terms scare you off a little bit, it is simply your electromagnetic field, and it runs out from your body about 18 inches. So you have this beautiful energy that's filling up even the 18 inches, the fronts, the sides, the back of you, below you, and above you. And just let that cycle keep running. And you can do this anytime in your day, and you can do it much quicker than what we're doing right now, as a little reset for your energy. But now that we have this new energy filling us up, we're going to bring our awareness to the base of the nostrils. And at the base of the nostrils, just tuning into the air as it enters and exits. And I like to add these things in just in case you're feeling a little lost, right? But when I started, the very first time I had a teacher try to bring my awareness to the base of my nostrils, asking me to feel the sensation of the air, I could not feel it. And it was a little frustrating, but I stuck with it. And eventually I started to be able to tune into that sensation. So you're not alone if that's the case for you, but keep your awareness there as best you can. What I found helpful to help me find it was tuning into the upper lip and feeling the air right on that skin by the upper lip and just above my upper lip. And that's where I actually started to be able to feel it more. So maybe that helps you. Maybe noticing that when you're breathing in, the air is a little cooler, right? And then once it's been in the body and the lungs have warmed it up, when you breathe it out, it is a little warmer. And as always, if the mind does wander off, so patiently and kindly, just bring the mind back to where we're working from. And again, we are at the base of the nostrils. We're still there. But now we're going to add on, and you're going to start to follow the energetic movement of the breath. Right, so you're going to follow it from the base of the nostrils on the inhale. Follow that energy up to between the eyebrows, just behind that, right? Our third eye center. And when you exhale, you'll exhale from that third eye center back down to the base of the nostrils. And we'll do this for just a little bit longer, and then we'll add on. Again, we are inhaling from the base of the nostrils, that prana, that life force, following it up to the third eye center. And then when we exhale, we're following that prana from the third eye center down to the base of the nostrils. Your own pattern of breath, or I should say rhythm. Jaw soft, shoulders soft, tongue soft. front of the hips soft. And then the next time you end up at your third eye center, leave the awareness there. Keep breathing, the same rhythm you've been working with. But now our awareness is going to stay right at the third eye center. And in yoga, this energy center is responsible for discernment, being able to tell what's truth and what's illusion. I think we could all use that right now. I mean, some people say it's the energy center of intuition. And I like to think of it as the mother of all the other chakras, right? And we're not talking a lot about the chakras, the energy centers today, but this is the one that filters everything that comes in, every feeling, every thought, emotion, instinct, everything that comes in from the outer world, hopefully with discernment, this area, right, takes that information in and can help process it, experience it, know it, understand it. And now we're going to bring that back to the center of the head. So imagine that line that goes from between your eyebrows to the back of your head, and a second line that goes above one ear over to the other. And where those two lines intersect, let's bring our awareness right to that spot in the center of the head. I like to think of this area softening and widening, almost like the inside of your mouth when you yawn. And if you've never noticed that, you can even fake yawn. And when you do, right, you'll notice how much the mouth and the palate open. So maybe bring the idea of that up into this center of the head and yawn there, for lack of a better description, and let that open and widen, soften. And just a reminder that this is the place in the head that is just yours, nobody else, your authentic self, without the critiques and all of those inner voices that sometimes we mistake as our own but are other people's. And so again, I offer to you that you can, much quicker than we did in today's meditation, but when you get familiar with this space, you can, anytime you're feeling upset or you need to tune in, there's a question of what to do in life, that kind of thing, you can really come to this area. And I find sitting here is a really helpful tool for me for discernment. I'm going to bring that word up again. Go ahead, and we'll end by bringing our hands together at our heart. Take a big ol' inhale. And then with your exhale, bow your head in towards your heart. And I like to do the occasional reminder to myself, but to everybody else, right? To remember to make our decisions from love and abundance and not from fear and scarcity. And just maybe setting an intention that as we move throughout today, right, we just use our discernment to know what is the best choice for our highest self. Namaste, friends. I'm still here, I promise. Ha 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 ha.